What Nigeria needs now is a benevolent dictator, says Ajumobi former spokesman Tunji Bolaji. Honorable Bolaji Tunji, former special advisor to the immediate past governor for your state, Senator Abiola Ajumobi, on communication and strategy, has revealed that what Nigerians need right now is a benevolent dictator who will transform the people of the country. The experienced journalist submitted that the rate at which Nigerians exhibit lawlessness is alarming. He also added that it now seems that being against the law is the norm. Nigeria needs a shock treatment and a benevolent dictator. Who can that be? Who can we recommend? It did not mention any name. We don't have people like the mold of Idiagbo in this country anymore. Everybody is after money, kudi, ego. We have lost focus totally. Take a look at countries like Singapore and others who were once in Nigerian situation and were able to move out of it. You will discover that the type of leadership we have in Nigeria today is not likely to take us to the promised land. Is it not when you know the road to where you are going that we get there? Is there any laid down rule to say this is the way we are going? If you follow here, we'll get to the promised land. In education, we have no direction. On roads, we are not seeing it. On anything, economic, agriculture, we are not even seeing the road. Because if you know the road, it will take you there. But if you don't know the road or you don't know where you are going, imagine you are going to Abuja and you face Lagos. You won't get to Abuja, no matter how far you run. Continuing, he said, we need something different. A shock treatment, because if we don't have that kind of thing, we are still going to continue in the same process. We need a leader who is a visionary. He gave this submission while featuring in a radio program, and he said that he has no regret joining politics despite the manipulation that marred the conduct of the election in Ogbomoso, North State constituency in Oyo State. He said, I was offered a ticket in the Accord Party after I was rigged out of the APC primaries, and I've not made up my mind to accept the offer. It was one of our party stakeholders that made it possible for me to be offered the ticket because he saw that I'm an asset and that I've been part of the struggle to enthrone good governance in Oyo State. Speaking further, a few days before the election, I was asked to step down for another candidate. Prior to that, I had been told that the seat for the federal constituency at the Federal House of Representatives was not available, and I decided to contest for a seat in Ogbomoso North State constituency. Politics should not be seen as rocket science or a do-or-die affair. Before the primary, we had discussions with all factions of the party and its stakeholders on the sharing formula, but as a result of power play, the agreement was not followed. Unfortunately, power is a terrible thing. Speaking on why I decided to serve in the late Senator Abiola Ajumobi administration, I was serving as a member of the Sun newspaper editorial board when I was introduced to Abiola Ajumobi by Kayode Fayemi, and we established a robust relationship. When Ajumobi needed a media person, I was contacted, but I did not want to accept the offer because I was quite comfortable and I reasoned to the directorate cadre in my organization. Also, I had a column where I tried to criticize the leaders of the government, and when I made up my mind to join the government, I saw it as an opportunity to serve and contribute my quota to good governance in Oyo State. I decided to accept the offer with a condition that I will be going on leave of absence and return immediately after the expiration of the tenure. Honorable Tunji said he was, however, optimistic that APC will be a formidable party in the build-up to the 2023 election under the party's presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He urged the federal government to improve on its anti-corruption campaign and the economic situation of the country, while urging Nigerian politicians not to betray the trust of the electorate who voted them into power. Are we sure we voted them into power? Are you sure that with their money, look at what happened to you? You are not given the ticket because of power play. That is what we see in this country. Well, who can we recommend as a dictator and his benevolent? These are two heavy words. Because this country, it seems as if we are getting bad every day in all aspects. You look at this aspect, you are not sure. You look at that one, there's no one leading light that you can point to. A whole nation of over 200 million people. And the leadership level, it's something else, especially in the area of politics. And politics is where you need to galvanize all the resources that you have, both human and natural, to galvanize them together for the betterment of the good of this nation. Look at the example of Singapore and Asia. Malaysia, we learned at the time, came to this country to get some things, and today they are the best in it. How come we are not being able to harness what we have? How come do we need a iron hand for us to get it right in this country? Is that what we are saying? That we cannot think, that we don't know what is good? But I feel we know what is good. Even those at the top, the so-called politicians, they know what to do, but out of sheer wickedness, they don't want to do it. Because if not, they go outside this country, they see what is happening. But for them to come back and replicate the same thing, the people doing it in those clans, do they have two heads? The people doing it in those clans, making sure that things work for their citizens, is it not because they care for their city, they show love, that's why they are doing what they are doing? But because we are here, we are so selfish that everything must be made. The biggest house owned by this politician. If you look at the richest people in this country today, apart from those that are in business or whatever, they are among the politicians. You get into power like this, you begin to kajab all what is supposed to be for the country. Well, what is your own opinion about this? Do we need a benevolent dictator for Nigeria to get it right? If you think so, who is that person? Who can we recommend? Who can we push there to make it right for us as a nation? But kindly make your opinion known as you subscribe to my page. Thank you, good day, and God bless.